What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily. Thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video, throw a comment down in the comment section. It really helps me and goes a long way in helping the channel be seen across YouTube. It is Monday, September 2nd, and it is officially Packers game week. As I posted earlier on the socials today, we are officially Brett Favre days away from Packers football. So I could not be more excited. Friday night game down in Brazil against the Eagles, who, if I might add, are favorites. That's okay, though. I'm always cool being the underdogs. Always cool flying under the radar. It's going to be a battle. And so far these last few days, most of the conversation surrounding the game has to do with anything but the game itself or the two teams playing in it. So most of the talk is about the condition down in Brazil, all that stuff rather than actual football stuff. But I'm going to try and stick to football as much as I can. If there's some questions, comments about all that kind of stuff, I'll be happy to answer. But yeah, let's talk some football, shall we? Let's dive right in the chat. What's going on in the chat, guys? Good to see you. What do we got? Christian, what's up, Rob? Watching from San Diego. What's going on, Christian? Thanks for tuning in, my man. How you doing out there in San Diego? I'm sure the weather's nice. Heard nothing but good things about San Diego. Go, Pack, go. PR in the Instagram chat. Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. Thanks for tuning in. What else we got? I'm a big Packers fan. I'd say I'm number one. Well, I think that goes for a lot of us, Omer. So appreciate that. Johnny Boy, all the way from South Carolina. Go Pack. Go Pack, Johnny. Thanks for tuning in, man. You excited for the game Friday? I know I am. So I am pumped. Jared is in the chat. It is going to be a tough game. Give me Packers 31, Eagles 30. Woo! That's a nail biter. I would prefer like a 31-13, but that's just me. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Eagles are good. I know they lost their last 6 of 7 games last season, which is pretty rough. They lost Jason Kelce, but they've still got Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. You know, they got a good D-line. They, of course, added Saquon Barkley. They're going to be good. So don't let the end of last year fool you. They're going to be coming out fired up, ready to get this year started right. So, Jared, thanks for the chat. I'm going to go Packers 23, Eagles 17. I think I've said it before, but offenses typically start a little slower. Defenses usually have the edge for the first few weeks of the season. And I'm going to go, 23-17 Pack. So hopefully that comes to fruition. Go Pack Go from Rio, Brazil. Hey, Bernard, I'm glad you're in the chat here. Could you chime me in here on all of these accusations about the conditions or the safety of the Packers and Eagles coming down there and playing? Is it a lot of just fluff, or what's going on, Bernard? Fill me in. Is the air quality bad, or what? I really haven't looked into it. All I've seen is a bunch of posts complaining about it. My 2 cents is that, we're not going to move the game, so why waste time worrying about it? Does nobody any good. So Bernard, if you're still in the chat, let me know what's going on down there and what the perspective is from you guys having 2 NFL teams come and playing on your turf. So Ronald, I'm going 30-3 Packers. Ronald, let's go. That's a heck of a start to a year, huh? Lil Row, 40-3 Packers. Good grief. I want what you guys are sipping on. That is for sure. Lil Row, thanks for hopping in the chat over on YouTube. Appreciate you. PN, who's going to win week 1 from a Packers fan? Just being realistic. We're not usually good in week 1. Well, PN, what about last year week 1? We were playing the Bears. We smoked them in Chicago. In the Jordan Love era, we are very good week 1. So I know previous years with Raj, we haven't been the best in week 1. That Saints game comes to mind when it was like 38-3, I think the final score. But we're in a new era. We're in the Jordan Love era, baby. Come on now. Packers 23-17. That's where I'm at, PN. That is where I am at. Bernard, there's a lot of fake news coming from the U.S. media. That's kind of where I'm at too. I figured Bernard said it here first. Don't listen to all the fake news. NFL won't move the game unless it affects their bottom line, sadly. You're not lying, Caleb. You are not lying. Packers 38-7, Caleb says. Okay, Caleb. I'll take what you're drinking too. 27-24 Pack. We went out on a field goal. Braden Narvison, first game as a Packer. Game-winning field goal. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Shareholder, shake it off. Not sure what that means, but I'll take it. I'll take it. What else we got? Baylor, go Pack, go for Minneapolis. Who scores the first touchdown on Friday? That is a great question. A fun one. There's so many guys to choose from. First guy that pops in my head is Tucker Kraft for some reason. You know, I know he's going to have a good year. You could say pretty much anybody, and, you know, it's a prediction. So what does it matter anyways? But I'm going to go Tucker Kraft. But, hey, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, Marshawn Lloyd, maybe. We'll see if he ends up playing this week. What about a defensive touchdown? Xavier McKinney, pick 6. Jair, pick 6. Quay Walker, pick 6. Quay had a pick 6 last year, week 1. Let's go back-to-back week 1s with a pick 6. Caleb, Josh Jacobs scoring the first touchdown, and he says first career receiving touchdown. Yeah, he has not had a receiving touchdown in his entire career, crazy enough. And he's been in the league for 5 years now. That's wild. I think he needs 5 more receptions to then be the record holder of most receptions without a touchdown. So hopefully J-Lo and company can get that figured out. Caleb, thanks for the comment, man. Dobbs, first touchdown. Yeah. Jordan and Romeo have that connection, just like I think Jordan and Dontavian Wicks do. So 33-24 Pack from Christian. I like it. A lot of positivity flowing in here. That's what we do here. We're positive. We're optimistic. I haven't seen one prediction with us losing, so I like that. Let's go. We take it over. Put us anywhere. We're showing up. Let's go. Cakes over on Instagram. Yep, I think we're going to be well represented down in Brazil. So I think the NFL had said they kind of guesstimate about 15 to 20% of Brazil's NFL fan population are fans of the Packers, which is crazy. So I think we travel well. I think we're going to have a lot of fans traveling down to the game. A lot of fans already down in Brazil. So hopefully it feels like a home game down there. And that is my guess. So Gio, Eagles going to get crushed. I don't know about crushed, but hopefully we can get the dub. Okay, what else we got? Javon Bullard strip sack with a touchdown return. Javon Bullard, that's another guy I'm excited for. Super excited about him, Evan Williams, that whole safety room in general. So, Josh Jacobs, 100-plus yards. Defense gets 2 takeaways, 31-17 Packers. You can't stop what's coming. I like it. Caleb, a lot of Packer fans in Brazil. You are correct. Haley, what are your thoughts on our new kicker, Braden Narvison? He, at the very least, seems to have everybody's support, from Matt LaFleur to Jaden Reed in the locker room the other day. Braden was getting interviewed, and Jaden Reed comes up behind him and says multiple times that he is him, talking about Braden Narveson, which is great. Jair Alexander also went up to coach during practice the other day and saying that he loves the guy. So he must have seen him hit a couple field goals compared to Anders Carlson and Greg Joseph, RIP, the ex-Packers. He must have been knocking them through pretty good. So, yeah, I'm excited about Braden Narveson. The only thing here, that's left to do is hit kicks consistently in the regular season. Hit your kicks, hit your extra points, and just take care of business. Take care of business. I'm unfamiliar with Narveson, but can't be worse than Carlson. Well, he could be worse than Carlson, but I hope not. He killed it in preseason. Narveson did. I think he was 6 for 7. He had a 59-yarder. He also missed a 58-yarder, but as I've talked about before, that miss actually came after he made it the first time, but there was a timeout called right before the snap, so then he came back and left it short. So, Braden Narveson, the new Packers kicker, he's wearing number 44 this year. So, yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. Packers and Patriots are the biggest fan bases here. That comes from Bernard, who is down in Brazil. So, Bernard, really appreciate your input. You have some valuable input that not very many of us on here can talk about. So, appreciate that. Pablo, which player on the team do you choose this year for your fantasy team? I'm not the best fantasy player. I mean, I'm not bad. I feel like there's no such thing as a good fantasy player. It's 70% luck, 25% injury luck, and then 5% price skill. So, but as far as who would I pick from the Packers to be on my fantasy, Jordan Love for sure. Josh Jacobs. Outside of that, I feel like the ball is going to be spread around so much, at least for the receivers and tight ends, that I'm sure you can't go wrong maybe in the latter half of the draft to grab somebody, but maybe Christian Watson. He's going to score a lot. So, granted that he's healthy, which he was just talking about today, that he's super excited to be 100% healthy, excited to be practicing, excited to be playing. So, I'm right there with him. I'm pumped. He is a game wrecker. So, a healthy Christian Watson, I'd put up, against just about anybody as far as playmaking in the league. So, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, probably the only two I'm touching for fantasy from the pack. Sycamore. Are we sure that sending the pack in green this week to Brazil is a smart idea? I don't think it's a bad idea. So, yeah. Long. Will the Packers game actually be played, though, because of the fires there and air quality? Unless you've seen some actual news from, some reputable sources about that stuff. I have yet to kind of find that as far as the wildfires and air quality in Sao Paulo, where the game's actually being played. I know there's some wildfires around that area, but I don't think where the stadium is actually at is affected. Now, I've seen some air quality comparisons with Green Bay and Philly, and at least the ones I've seen, they're pretty similar, but I could be wrong. So let me know what to check out. I've kind of strayed away from checking out that stuff. So, yeah. Bernard, the thing about wearing green is total BS. Yeah, that was debunked quite a while ago. So, I love the home greens. Let's get it. It's going to be a home game with all the Packer fans there. Super, super excited. James over on Facebook, man. Kicker hasn't ever missed an extra point. Isn't that crazy? Braden Narveson, has never missed an extra point. Now, I will say this. I had seen a bunch of different reports saying like what you said, he's never missed an extra point. But I've also seen some that were like 196 out of 197. So I don't know if he missed one out of all those 200 attempts, or according to some people, he never did. According to others, he missed one. But either way, he is money on extra points, which is great to see. I've always said it. The worst possible thing is going down the field, scoring, and then you're missing the extra point. It kind of just deflates, and negates that entire situation. And then you're thinking the whole entire time that, well, that 1 point's going to come back to bite us in the butt, which it usually does. So tough to see. Bree Fox in the house. Good to see you, Bree. But yeah, never miss an extra point is impressive. Now, it is in college where they are at the two-yard line. So different ball game in the NFL lined up at the 33. It is no longer a gimme. Kyle Copeland, my man. Good to see you, dude. I haven't seen you in a while. 27-23 Packers dub. Defense gets a crucial stop late. New kicker nails a couple. Offense starts slow but finishes the game solid. Lock it in. Lock it in, Kyle. I'm with you, buddy. Wouldn't it be nice to see Braden just knock down a couple field goals right down the middle? I know if it goes in, it goes in, but Anders Carlson, every time he lined up, I was a little nervous. So yeah. Thanks, Kyle, for tuning in. Appreciate you, my man. Let's see here. What else we got? Excited to see Marshawn Lloyd back at practice. Do you think he has a chance to play Friday? Same here, Marco. Pumped to see Marshawn Lloyd back at practice. As most of you know, he's missed the last few weeks with a hamstring injury. And on top of that, he also missed some time back during OTAs and a minicamp back in June. So we haven't got to see a whole lot from him. But as far as Friday goes, Coach did say he was going to give him the week before making any determinations about his status for the game. So if I had to guess, I would say he probably won't play. That's my guess, which would stink. But you know how the Packers are. They are super cautious with any injury. And for a rookie to have a hamstring injury, I'm sure they're going to make sure he's close to or at 100% before throwing him out there. So which is fine with me. Better to be cautious. We got Emmanuel Wilson to back up. So that's my guess. It'll be Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lloyd, Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, and then whoever they decide to bring up from the practice squad. So, but that's just my guess. So far, he is practicing, and Coach did say he's going to give him the week before making any game day status decisions. So hopefully he looks good and he can play Friday because, yeah, like I said a couple seconds ago, we haven't seen a whole lot of him. And I know everybody's excited about it, but let's hope he can get healthy before Friday. Just tuned in, Tim. Thanks for tuning in, man. What do you think of Dobbs and Watson's yards set at like 38.5? I feel like they both hit. I haven't really checked out any of the betting lines yet, but I'm assuming what you're talking about is the over-under receiving yards for both Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson, sounding like they're set at right around 38 yards. It seems low, but for both of them to hit it, I guess it only takes one big throw to Watson, and he hits. I think Dobbs is going to have a lot of targets. Him and Wicks, I think, will have the most. But yeah, that's a betting question, and I am not a huge betting guy. So take the over. Come on, take the over. What are we doing here? Thanks, Dave, for hopping on. Bet, who do you think will emerge as wide receiver 1 for the Pack? As I've said it before, I don't think we need one. Now, who will be the leader as far as receiving yards, touchdowns, catches, which I think is where your question was stemming from. I've got 3 different answers for you. I think Romeo will have the most catches. I think Christian will have the most touchdowns. And then I think Jaden Reed will have the most yards. So, yeah. Appreciate you hopping on, man. Carly, so many media announcers asking, how will the Packers stop the Eagle? Better question, how will they stop us? Go Pack. Carly, I love the energy. Love, love, love it. And that is a great point. Yeah, nobody's talking about us, which is just fine by me. All right, it is time for the Packers fact of the day. Love this, love this, love this. Let me get it up here. Fact of the day brought to you by TickPick. They guarantee the lowest prices on Packers tickets, and even better, if you end up finding tickets that are somehow cheaper than what they have them at, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use the code Packers20, all one word, Packers20 at checkout for $20 off. That can only be used in the app, so be sure to download it with the season coming up. Packers 20 is the code. Download the app and use it. Fact of the day. On December 17th, way back in 1944, Ted Fritsch scored a rushing and receiving touchdown in the second quarter of the Packers' 14-7 win over the Giants in the NFL championship game. Quite the throwback. If I have anybody in here who was watching that was alive back in 1944, props to you for showing out. So one more time. Packers fullback Ted Fritsch scored a rushing and receiving touchdown in the second quarter of the Packers' 14-7 win over the Giants in the NFL championship game back in 1944. Yeah, fun one. Fun one. Big shout out to TickPick for partnering up with myself. I've used them. I would never promote something that I'm not 100% on board with personally. So, yeah, check it out. Download the app. Use the code Packers20 for $20 off. You can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. So, what else we got? 3Ts, give me your score prediction. 23-17. Packers win, and that is a perfect time to call it. That is going to do it for me today as far as the show goes, guys. But as you know, the content never stops. I'm always posting anything and everything Packers related all day long. So please follow me at GBP Daily on every social platform. If you're not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, also at GBP Daily as well. So I would appreciate that. I'll be back and at it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 3 days away from Packers football. So get excited. I know I am. So until then, I will catch you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.